way that Tyndall and Darwin is placed around the airspace, it works fairly well to feed aircraft into the exercise from different locations. So it's actually helping, if anything, to spread assets across the airspace. One thing I'd say about the airspace up here is it's much bigger than what we're used to back home. It's absolutely enormous. So from a pilot's point of view, it's great fun having hundreds of miles of airspace to kind of play with. You never have a lot more room up here than we do back in the UK. Integration between the UK, the US Navy, the US Air Force, the Royal Air Force, so Royal Australian Air Force as well, F-35s, we all operate the same tactics manual, right? And we fly very similar procedures to get in and out of airfields, right? It's a little different for the Navy, but that's just the nature of the ship. So when it comes to interoperability, it's actually fairly straightforward, I'd say, for F-35, given that's just the nature of the program that we've kind of bought into. So that side of it's fairly easy when it comes to how we get what we kind of do in the fight and how we're operating together. A bulk of the planning probably comes around, you know, the speed, the distance, the time, where the tankers go, who needs what fuel where to get you to the right bit of the sky in order to fight those tactics. So we find here that a bulk of the planning is focused around that side. Again, I've mentioned the size of the airspace, so we've got areas where the communications are quite poor. So it's really to integrate getting the assets to the right place. And then when it comes to the tactics, that kind of stuff is what we train for day in, day out, and is kind of a simpler part of the problem, really. The distance and the times that the guys are having to transit from the ship, and not just from the ship, from Darwin, from everywhere else, to get to essentially the push point or the start of the mission, is fairly representative of what we'd have to do for real. So I think it's good to train to that level, to stretch those resources and work out where the tankers need to be, because this is where you find out the problems and the plans and the assumptions that you make when you're flying in, I guess, smaller chunks of airspace. So it's good to stress that, and you definitely stress it here just with the size of the airspace you've got to play with. The plan, the brief, the mission and the debrief is actually fairly well connected, considering we're spread across hundreds of miles at land and at sea as well. So not only via voice, via video, we've been people dialing in for this mission planning. So it has its challenges, as you'd expect, trying to plan something this complex from hundreds of miles away with a connection that's dropping out every now and then, as technology does. But it's actually been surprisingly beneficial towards the end of the week as people have gotten used to it. And we definitely don't miss out on any benefits from the brief or debrief, really, with the connectivity we've got. The exercise Talisman Sabre is really contributing to the UK F-35 training at the highest level and the highest kind of end training that you can really achieve, and we're definitely getting that here and operating with two of our closest allies. It does lend itself to assisting us on the way to FOC, so for sure the work we're doing here is, as I said previously, with the size of the airspace and the complexity of the missions, is giving us leaps and bounds towards getting FOC. Yeah.